So guys, we just landed in Santa Marta, Colombia. Straight off the plane, we just boarded right there. And now we got this great view.
So upon arrival at the airport, the first thing you'll notice about Santa Marta is the beautiful view of the beach and ocean you have while you're being transported from the airport to your travel accommodation.
You get this gorgeous view. This looks like Miami, man, honestly. People say Cartagena, another city here in Colombia, looks like Miami. This also looks like Miami. You got these gorgeous buildings, but the one contrasting feature is that you have the Sierra Nevada mountain range over there towards the back. And that mountain range is actually the biggest mountain range in the world that is bordering an ocean like we have over there. So this is quite the view that we got going on here.
Santa Marta is known for its beautiful beaches, and we wanted to go out and explore a little bit. But on the way to the beach, we noticed something a little bit frightening.
So something that you'll see that's really sad about Colombia is you'll see all these like timid dogs on the street that unfortunately do not have food or homes. And it's really, really sad, but I'm sure if I kept recording for another 5-10 minutes, I could probably find about 5 or 10 more dogs. And it's really sad, and it's a problem that Colombia needs to fix. So in Colombia, they'll put like salt on the mango, they'll put some pepper on it, some lemon. You can see squeezing it right onto that sweet mango. And then we got this beautiful view. This is paradise, man. This is paradise. Look at this. I'm in my happy place. So it's not open right now, but let me show you this. So in Colombia, they have McDonald's posters, which is like desserts, where they sell ice cream, and that's literally all they sell. So we also have some coconut trees. This is how you know you're in paradise. This is how you know that you're in a tropical climate. Got coconut trees, and even got cocos on the ground. They're kind of cracked. So they say that like 3 to 5 people die a year because of coconuts falling from trees. So we gotta be careful here, I guess. Look at that landmass just in the middle of the ocean. Kind of reminds you of Thailand a little bit. This is amazing. And then you have mountains too. So as you can see, a lot of people are submerged in the water right now in this beautiful tropical mountainous climate. Man, this is gorgeous. But without getting sidetracked, you'll see a lot of people like that walking around trying to sell you stuff. And you know something, that's okay. That is their job. At the end of the day, they do have to make money. And tourists are coming here, so they want to profit off of you, of course. And you do have to be careful of that. Make sure that you protect your stuff, you know, because some of them might not be that honest and might try to steal from you. But it's all just general guidance. I think from the vibe that I got so far here, it is fairly safe. Safer than it says, at least on Google. So a few hours have gone by since the last video, and as you can see, the beach is kind of full now. A lot more people than there was before, and I'm going in the water. If you're asking why I'm wearing a shirt, yes, I'm a little bit fat right now, a little bit gordo, if you will, but the thing is, it's not actually because I want to cover my fat, it's because I don't want to burn. It is very hot here. Usually it hits about 90 degrees. I put on sunscreen, but I'm still gonna burn, so we're gonna keep the shirt on even though we're going in the water. So you can actually see right through the water, right? My hand is completely submerged. You can still see it, it's crystal clear. So we're gonna enjoy this time here. So this is a pretty cool service on the beach. So this guy is making tattoos that are temporary. And look at this, this is part of his work right here. These only last for about a week. So hey, if you want to get a tattoo and you're not too sure, maybe you should come to Santa Marta and get this tattoo on you just to try it out and see if you like it or not. I don't know, just an idea. So a few hours ago, a guy came over and was like, yo, you want to place an order for food for 11:30 in the morning? And we were like, yeah, sure. So this is what ended up coming. We got arroz con pollo, chicken and rice, and we got some fries. This actually looks quite delicious.
So the beach was awesome, but it's very hard not to be stressed and enjoy the beach when you have vendors constantly coming up to you every minute trying to sell you stuff. So that was the bad part. Also, the specific beach was free, but I did have to pay for the spot, which was about $5 for 2 hours, which isn't too bad. But Santa Marta is also the first city established in Colombia by the Spanish and does have a historic center on the other side of the city, and the road to that part of the city and the view was something from another world. I'm not sure if the video does it justice. Also, the road did make me quite nervous. It had many turns, little railing, speeding drivers, and it's built on a mountain, so I was quite scared while recording this part, but we did make it safely to the historic center of the city, and I was ready to see some Colombian history.
So we just took a 20-minute taxi ride from the part of the city that we're staying in called Rodero Sur to this part of the city that is the old city that the Spanish originally settled in 1525. So let's take a look around, shall we? So right now we are in Parque de Novios, which translates to relationship park or something like that. So why is it called relationship park? Well, back in the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, throughout all that time until now, a lot of people, when they were first getting to know each other, would go on dates around this area over here. And nowadays it's like a popular tourist spot. So I'm a big fan of history, and what we're gonna see right now is the first church that was established here in Colombia that is still standing to this day. So behind me, we have the oldest cathedral in all of Colombia that is still standing in its original building. This was constructed in 1760, so it's almost been standing for 260 years.
Muchas gracias.
So one of my favorite parts about the coast of Colombia is getting a coconut cut open, putting a straw in it, and drinking from it. And it only costs like 4 mil, that's like 4,000, which is basically $1. So that's refreshing. So we're in a shop with all these knickknacks and all this clothing that's traditional Colombia. Kind of cool to see just all the different styles that Colombia has to offer. So every single city that you go to in Colombia, you will basically find a monument of Simón Bolivar. And who was he exactly? Well, he basically freed the Colombians, the Venezuelans, Ecuadorians, Panamanians from the Spanish. And you can see this is a pretty nice monument. And Simón Bolivar actually died in this city of Santa Marta. And maybe later we will go to another place where we can see the exact spot that this man that freed Colombia died.
So the next day, we decided to go to the farm where Simón Bolivar, the national hero of Colombia, Venezuela, and Ecuador, passed away. So the entry fee was about $5, but the tour itself was completely free, and we got to learn a lot about the place where Simón Bolivar died.
So we just got to the farm where Simón Bolivar, the hero of South America, passed away. So this is where Simón Bolivar, or Simón Bolivar in Spanish, where he lived his final last days. And this is the exact room where he passed away. And remember, like I said before, he's basically to Colombia and Venezuela and Ecuador as to what is George Washington to us in the United States. So this is very important for the Colombians and their history. So you see that statue over there of Jesus? Well, that statue is actually probably around 500 years old, bare minimum. So this was brought over to Colombia in the 1800s, and it was already like 200-300 years old when it came over. So Simón Bolivar died of tuberculosis, but he also had some other diseases. And it's sad that he died the way he did. He died at 48 years old, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong about that. I'm sorry if I am. But, you know, he had a tough life, and he overcame a lot. I believe his mother, it was either his mother or father that died at 3 years old, when he was 3 years old, and his father or mother, the other parent, died when he was 9 years old. So he had a very tough life. He lived with his uncles and he overcame a lot. So I guess this is the story to all of you guys, to never give up despite your circumstances.
So to end the video, I wanted to give my final thoughts on Santa Marta. First of all, it is a city that is truly unique. There aren't too many places in the world that have a luscious green mountain range right near the water. Now onto safety. I do think it is safe for tourists as long as you take some necessary precautions. But would I recommend visiting it to the public? And my answer is a surprising no, but it depends. If you have traveled to places in South America, I'd say go for it and enjoy. But if you haven't traveled too much outside of the United States or Europe, I would say there are other beach getaways that will give you more privacy, comfort, luxury, and happiness without having to tell a vendor every 5 seconds that you aren't interested in what they're selling. I was a little disappointed that the history of Santa Marta wasn't emphasized more. They've preserved the history to some extent, but other historic cities I visited like Hamburg, Germany, Boston, and Cartagena, Colombia have done a far better job preserving their own history. Also, apart from the beach, I didn't think there was too much to do in Santa Marta, but if you've been there, please share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear about your journey there, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.